Hello, today I'm going to make a program that solves the murder module from the game Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. This module does require edge work, so let's see what we have. We have two batteries in one holder, a lit NSA indicator, an unlit TRN indicator, a parallel port, and a serial number of 0x1pi3. Looking at the module, we are given 4 names, 4 weapons, and 9 rooms, with one of them being red. This module works very similar to the board game Clue, where we must find who the murderer is, what did they kill the victim with, and where did they do it. The red room represents where the body was found, not where the murder took place. In this module, our suspects are white, scarlet, peacock, and mustard. Our weapons are the spanner, dagger, pipe, and revolver. With the body being found in the billiard room. Let's look at the manual to see what to do next. The first page will give us rows for the suspects and the weapons. I'll explain what each row does later. For now, let's figure out the row for the suspects. First statement says use row 5 if there is a lit TRN indicator. That's not true, so we move on. Use row 7 if the body was found in the dining room. That's not true either. The bomb has 2 or more stereo RCA ports. No. There are no D batteries. This one is true, so our suspect row is 2. Now let's do the same thing for the weapon row. The body was found in the lounge. Nope. There are 5 or more batteries. No. The bomb has a serial port. No again. The body was found in the billiard room. Yes, so we must use row 4 for our weapon row. Looking at the second page of the manual, we can see a grid that tells us where the weapons and suspects were at certain times. Using row 2 for the suspects, we can see that Scarlet was in the study, Peacock was in the billiard room, Mustard was in the kitchen, and White was in the library. Looking at row 4 for the weapons, the dagger was in the ballroom, the pipe was in the dining room, the revolver was in the conservatory, and the spanner was in the kitchen. Now we have to see which suspect and weapon were in a room together. We can see that Mustard and the spanner were in the kitchen at the same time, so let's tell the bomb. Let's do another. Our suspects are green, mustard, white, and plum. Our weapons were the revolver, rope, spanner, and the pipe. The body was found in the conservatory. Let's find the respective rows. We don't have a lit TRN indicator, the body wasn't found in the dining room, there aren't 2 or more stereo RCA ports, we don't have any D batteries, so the suspect row is 2. On to the weapon row. The body wasn't found in the lounge, we don't have 5 or more batteries, we don't have a serial port, the body wasn't found in the billiard room, we have more than 0 batteries, we have more than 0 lit indicators, the body wasn't found in the hall, the bomb doesn't have 2 or more stereo RCA ports, so we are left with the last statement, use row 8. Using our suspect row, Plum was in the hall, Green was in the lounge, Mustard was in the kitchen, and White was in the library. For the weapons, the pipe was in the conservatory, the revolver was in the dining room, the rope was in the lounge, and the spanner was in the billiard room. Green and the rope were in the lounge together, let's accuse him. Let's do one more. Suspects are mustard, white, scarlet, and green. Weapons are pipe, revolver, spanner, and dagger. The body was found in the study. We have no D batteries, so we're using row 2 for the suspects. None of the statements are true for the weapon row, so we're using row 8 again. Although the rows are the same as the last module we did, we don't have the rope as a weapon, so we can't put in the same answer again. Looking at the grid, Scarlet is the murderer with the dagger in the study. I think we get how the module works. Let's get on to the programming. For the UI design, I made 4 choice boxes for the suspects and the weapons and 1 choice box for the room the body was found in. Nothing really special to talk about, I just made sure the user didn't put in a duplicate suspect or weapon. Onto the actual program, I made a suspect and weapon class that both have two fields, a string that will hold the name of the respective object, and an enum that represents the location that the object was found at the time of the murder. I then create 4 suspect objects and fill in the name of said suspect. After that, find the suspect row, and apply the location for each suspect based on said row. I then do the same process for the weapons, create 4 weapon objects, find the weapon row, and apply the locations. The last thing I do is check if a weapon and a suspect share a location. If they do, then we have our answer. I used a custom method that will return the answer that will be displayed in an alert box. Now that you know how the programming is done, I'll show you how the bot looks. Thank you for watching the video.